Hello guys. So welcome to this session. My name is Somajit Goswami, and in this session we are going to discuss a TSD concept session, and the concept basically is talking about the train engine failure or train engine issue. Sometimes it is also termed as a accident case or something of that sort. Effectively, the questions that you can say in front of your screen, if you want to take a screenshot, you can probably pause and take a screenshot and you can solve the first one. The first one is very easy. Second one is a little bit tough, or let's see whether it is. And then I have one more question for you all, which is this one. I hope you guys can see this. In any case, even if you don't see, I will zoom it a little bit, but that's the idea. The idea is to teach you something related to the time speed distance part. Okay, now a very interesting thing is that I have given out a very elaborate description on time speed and distance, yet students are finding this particular problem a little difficult. Let's see why they find this difficult, because more or less I think this is this has to do with the kind of ratio manipulation that we use. Okay, having said that, I would like to just zoom out a little bit just so that I can make some diagrammatic representations in the video. So I'll read out the question once for you all. The question says, a train meets with an accident and travels at 4/7 of its regular speed. Hereafter, and hence it reaches its destination 36 minutes late. Suppose I am concerned with this line segment in which the train is traveling. Okay, and let me take a different color pen. So let me take the blue one. So suppose I am traveling in this line segment. Okay, B is going to be my destination. Okay, let me zoom in a little bit just so that you guys can see well. Yeah. And suppose at C, that thing happened wherein my speed gets reduced to 4/7 of my initial speed. Now I will not go into too much detail as to explaining that. Let's take x, the initial speed, and then the final speed will be x, 4x upon 7, and then you can just, to eliminate the denominator, will take 7x and 4x as the speeds. So in other words, what I am trying to say is, if you suppose that 7x is the absolute speed at which the train was traveling before the accident that happened at this junction C, or that position C, and after this happened, after this incident, the train traveled at 4/7 of its speed, which is 4x. Okay, in other words, what I can also say, because we are familiar that speed is proportional to distance upon time, and we are considering the distance to be constant. Okay, we're considering the distance to be constant, so I can say that the time will be in the inverse ratio of the speeds. In other words, it will be 4 and 7. Now understand one thing, the absolute values of the time will not be 4x and 7x. In this case it will be 4y and 7y. It is very important that you understand this topic, this concept. If you are familiar with the manipulation of the ratios, these type of question, they will never pose problem to you. Now if I go a little to the left hand side of my screen, it says it reaches its destination 36 minutes late. So let me jot that information down also into my diagram. Okay, 36 minutes late. Now guys, I am asking you a simple question. Tell me, why is it 36 minutes late? That is my question. Why is it 36 minutes late? It is late because it would not have been late if it was traveling at the same speed 4y. If it would have been traveling in 4y, it would not be late by 36 minutes. But because the time has increased, and the speed has decreased, there is a delay of 36 minutes. Now, I hope you can understand where I am, taking you. So the difference in the time is precisely the reason. Okay. So the difference in this time, absolute time, is precisely the reason why it is late by 36 minutes. Okay, and what is that difference? So 7y minus 4y, that is 3y. So the time basically gets dilated by 3y and for that it is late by 36 minutes. In other words, this 3y I can say absolutely is equal to the 36 minutes, and y is equal to 12 minutes. Now with this in my arsenal, now I can jot down the exact speeds. So the exact the exact times. So the exact times will be 4 times 12, that is 48 minutes, and 7 times 12, which is 70, plus 14, which is 84 minutes. Now understand that this 84 minute is the time that the train takes from C to B, and 48 is the minute that the train takes from A to C. Now the question that they have asked you, let's see what the question has been asked. How much time does the train take to reach its destination from the site of the accident had it traveled at the regular speed? How much time does the train take to reach its destination from the site of accident had it traveled? So basically what they're asking is कि C से B तक जाने में, or in other words from C to D, rather from C to B, what will be the time? Now for 1 second just look at this number 7x and this 84 minute. This 7x has transformed into this 4x, and that is why the time has dilated to 84 minutes. What if I had told you that this 4x remains 7x? Please understand what I am telling you. If the 7x would have remained 7x, then the time would not be 48, right? The time would be how much? The question mark again. Ask yourself this question. Then it would not have been late by 36 minutes. And if it is not late by 36 minutes, what I can effectively say is that from C to B, the time will also be 48 minutes. Because the speeds will be directly proportional to the time. Distance will be directly proportional to the speed. Okay, I hope you can see that. Now, if you have been able to understand that, let us go to the next question, which is just a variation of this one. But before, okay, let's go to the next question. The next question basically, everything remains the same. Okay, let me create some space. Everything remains the same, just this one thing. I hope you can understand this. A to B, C, the same story. Okay, the train meets with an accident at C, and then the speed is reduced to 4/7 of its regular speed. So I am again assuming that the initial speed is 7x, and from C onwards it is 4x. Okay, you don't really need to draw a lot of lines and everything, but I am drawing it to show you the relation between AC and all that. Okay. Now in the first case it is 36 minutes late. What they are saying is कि instead of C, if the accident would have happened suppose at D, which is at a distance of 30 kilometers, the train would have been late by only 21 minutes. 21 minutes. Okay, so let me change the color. So in this situation what they are saying is now this is 7x all along. Okay, the speed is 7x till this position. Okay, now don't tell me that it is 48 also because of this 7x situation. No, this is a entirely different question from the one that we solved previously. Okay, and this is going to be 4x. Now understand this for this thing, that I'll change the colors again because that will make the representation very visual. The time taken for the train to travel from A to C is 4y, and that to travel from C to B is 7y. The same thing happens. Can you understand what I am doing? I am again using speed is directly proportional to d upon t, or in other words speed is equal to distance by time. Using that same logic, I am given the speed, so I am now trying to calculate the absolute time. So now this becomes 4y and this becomes 7y. And now an interesting question that a student should ask ki sir, ये 4y और ये 4y क्या दोनों सेम है? And the answer to that is yes, because the speeds remains the same, the times will also be the same, but there is the thing is I have covered a longer stretch of distance, so that 4y and this 4y, although in relative terms they're equal, but in absolute terms there will be a difference, and that difference is due to this CD juncture. Okay, this CD juncture, I hope you can see that. Now pay attention, this is the most important part of the analysis. If you are able to go through this analysis a little clearly, you'll be able to solve this question in no time. Now the question basically reduces to, I don't really need anything to do with this 36 and 21 for a minute. I'll explain you the concept right now. There's no shortcut as of now. I'll give you a shortcut also if you want, but that is after I tell you the concept. And the concept is the same thing. How much time? Initially it was 48 and this was 84. Your task is to do the same thing for the next case, which is 7y minus 4y, that is 3y. 3y is equal to 3y basically corresponds to 21, y basically corresponds to 7. So now I know 7 sevens are 49, so this is going to be 49. And what is this? Minute. Okay, all of these things are in minutes, and 7 fours are 28 minutes. I hope this is visible. Okay, now let me do one thing. Let me make some space for myself. Okay, now see guys, please pay attention to this part. From this initial the initial speed which is not reduced, remember what happens at D, the speed reduces. He is going at his usual speed, the regular speed. Okay, and the same case is true for the first case also. From A to C, the regular speed is 48 minutes. What is the difference in time? What is the difference in time? Can you see? The difference in time between these two values is 48 minus 28, that is 28 minutes. 28 minutes, that is the difference of time. And this difference of time, this is the time that the train takes to cover this stretch of distance, that is CD. In other words, if I have to calculate the speed, I can simply write speed is equal to distance upon time. I hope that much is clear. And since distance is 30 kilometers and time is, I'm sorry, this is not 28, this is 20. Okay, this is going to be 20 minute, divide that by 60, convert that into hour. Okay, this 3 will go to the numerator and that will give me 90 kilometers per hour. 90 kilometers per hour is going to be the answer to this question. I hope that made sense. Now I will give you the shortcut also. I don't think there is any need for a person to give you 90 kilometers per hour is the answer, the regular speed. But let's see what I can do with the shortcut. Okay, so the shortcut is a little visual, so let me change the pen, and you have to be a little careful because it can actually hamper a lot many understanding for a student. Okay, so what I am saying is, one thing that you have to understand is that try to visualize the sections, the AC section, the CD section and the DB section. In the first case, the CD section also the train is traveling with the speed of 7y and the DB is also at 7y. Similarly, in the next case, the CD section the train is traveling at how much? 4y. This is 4y, this is 4y. This one is 7y because remember that 30 kilometers after they have this thing. Okay, the the snag has happened. So let me just increase the video palette a little bit. Yeah. So now you have to tell me that what is the difference in time 7y and 4y, what is the difference in time? The difference in time is still 3y, but now it is not 36 or 21. It is actually going to be the difference of this 36 and 21, which is 5 15, right? 15 and yeah, this is going to be 15. So this 3y belongs to or is equal to 15, y becomes 5. In other words, this is 20 minutes and this 5 sevens are 35. Now everything is in front of you. The question that has been asked to you was, what is this regular speed of the train? And the regular speed would be distance covered at the regular speed. What is the regular speed? Please understand that the regular speed will be taken in this case, not in this case, because here after AC the snag has happened, but in this case number, so let me say this is case number 1 and this is case number 2. In case number 2, the snag has happened after D. So distance upon time, distance is given as 30 kilometers and the regular time that it takes would have been 20 minutes. The same thing again you convert into hours, divide by a 60, 0 cuts 3 and this 3 goes to the numerator. It again becomes 90 kilometers per hour. I hope this is visible. No, let me drag the video a little low. Yeah. So I hope the shortcut also made sense. In any case, the shortcut is there for the ones who have already understood the concept well. Okay, let me take you to one more question that was sent to me as a doubt. This one, this is actually a SimCat problem. Okay, I hope you can see this question very clearly and we will solve this question also. The question says a train is going from Trivandrum to Cochin. When the train reached Changanashari, the engine developed a technical snag because of which its speed dropped to 80% of its normal speed. Now please understand, students will do one problem is that they will say, sir, 80% drop ho gaya speed. Now the speed is remaining only 20%. This is the this is a problem that freshers do, beginners do. However, please don't make this silly error. They have said that because of that snag, its speed dropped to 80% of its normal speed. You have to understand, these small words will change the meaning of the entire thing. Had they said 80% off, then the case would have been a little different. Anyways, so initially it was 100, now it is 80. I can also use x variables. Okay, so I'm talking about the speed. So 0 cuts out, so 2 5s are 2 4s are. So the speed is in the ratio 5 is to 4. Now let me draw the diagram and you guys can just pause the video right now and try to solve this question on your own. What they have said is, from Trivandrum to Cochin, there is a destination Changaneshwari, and the speed was 5x at which it was traveling. Due to the snag, the speed became 4x, okay, and reached Cochin late by 60 minutes. Okay. Had the technical snag occurred when the train had traveled additional 50 kilometers, suppose Changaneshwari additional 60, so I am I'm saying that this distance to be x, okay, or let me use the word d. This is 50 kilometers. I hope this is perfectly visible. Okay. Had the snag happened 50 kilometers past Changaneshwari towards Cochin, the train would have reached Cochin late by 45 minutes. So the second case, it is 45 minutes late. What your task is to find out what is the speed of the train. What is the speed of the train in kilometers per hour? I'm assuming that they have asked you the regular speed only. Okay, they have not asked you the reduced speed. Now I have given you enough example to have worked with. I hope you have solved it, paused it, solved it, and the answer is there. Okay, and for the ones who have did solve, this is the answer 50. Let's solve it now. So now the usual case, this is going to be 4y, this is going to be 5y, this is also going to be 5y. In the next case, what I can see is this is 4y, this is 4y. Please understand that after D the snag has happened. Okay, so this is important. I am solving it with the shortcut method. I'm not using the entire this thing. Okay, so I hope you can see that. So 4y, and this one becomes 5y. I hope that makes sense. Speeds were given 5x, 4x. Time will be in the reverse ratio, 4y, 5y. Okay, now the difference 5y minus 4y, that is y, that is given to me as 10 minus 5 is 5, 5 minus 4 is 1, so 15 minutes. 40 and 20, this becomes 60 minutes. Okay, and this becomes 15 5s are 75 minute. This becomes 60 minutes. Now if the train has traveled 50 kilometers, if the train had traveled 50 kilometers in 60 minutes, what is the speed? Distance upon time, 50 by 60 by 60, this cuts out, so the speed is going to be 50 kilometers per hour. Okay, this is going to be the answer. I hope you have understood the caselet, because this is a very interesting one. The second one I have solved using the shortcut method that I explained just now. If you want to go through the long cut method, you can go through that method also. Let me see if I have some space. Let me create some space and solve it to you in the long cut method also. Okay, so the long cut method will be nothing different. It is going to be the same one. Just a second. Okay, so 45 minutes. Basically in the long cut method you have to calculate the speeds, individual times and all that. Okay, so what I have to do is 60 minutes is there, right? So 60 y is equal to 60. That means the first case will be, so I'll write it over here only, 240 minutes, and 60 minutes more than that would have mean this will take 300 minutes. Okay, from this C, I'm talking about the first case, all the way till from Changaneshwari to Cochin, the next case, which is everything is fine till this part. From D it is separating. Okay, 4 into 45, that is 160, and 20, that is 180 minutes. And how much is more? 45 more. 45 more is 200 more to 225 minutes. Okay, 225 minutes. So basically what they have asked you, they have asked you the the speed, the regular speed. The regular speed will be the difference of these two. 240 minus 180 is 60 minutes, and this 60 minute is what the train will travel in these 50 kilometers. Okay, so the speed again will come out to be 50 upon 60 by 60, 60, 60 cut, that will be 50 kilometers per hour. A good question, a good session. Thank you. Please like, share, subscribe.